What's going on, guys? Major Williams here with the Majorvation podcast, where we talk about all things inspirational, motivational, and aspirational. And today I have an amazing guest here. Of course, I know him personally, but he is one of my favorite artists, and he goes by the name of Bob Doe. Hails from St. Louis. Going to ask him some questions today. He's in LA. He's an upcoming music artist, songwriter, and producer. Someone that's striving to be all things like entrepreneur, understanding business, and I think this segment of inspirational and motivational talk can be a cool perspective for the audience,
Full
especially if
episode
you are in
dropping
the
soon.
music entertainment industry. And so, without further ado, Bob, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Yo, Major Williams, thanks for having me, brother.
So,
Appreciate you.
so listen. As we kind of explained earlier, I really want to try to highlight you beyond the music artist aspect of it, and just really allow people to kind of come into your world and kind of understand how you've been able to navigate, migrating, so to speak, from St. Louis to Los Angeles. And so, can you kind of walk us through that process, that mindset, or even just that decision that
Yeah.
you had to come to terms with? It was like, you know what, if I want to succeed, I want to go to a different city like Los Angeles, which is one of the hardest places to succeed in when it comes to what we do in entertainment and music. So
Yeah.
how was that process? What prompted you? What gave you the discernment and the ultimate decision to do it? And how has it been thus far for you as an artist?
Man, great question. Because I'm gonna have to go back to where some years back. So coming up in St. Louis, Missouri, where there's a lot of talent there. But I'm very observant. I'm a Virgo, and that's one of my things. Like I always watch like what's going on. So I would see artists before me get a buzz, get things going, but it just kind of stops there. Like it's like they didn't go beyond it, get to the MTVs and be on BET. And so I would just kind of sit back, like, why do I keep seeing artists run into these things? I mean, of course, you got Nelly and Chingy, like they blew up, but there was a lot of artists, a lot of other artists that I've seen that just didn't have those opportunities. So that just kind of got me into my mindset. Well, I might have to leave the city to get that buzz, because if I get into the game, like I really want to, really be in the game and compete with the legends that I grew up watching. And I'm an avid reader, and I was reading this book by Russell Simmons. Can't even remember the name of it, man, but it's a Russell Simmons book. And he said that if you're gonna get into something, you have to go where it's at. And at the time, like in St. Louis, this was before media, before the YouTube and everything. There just wasn't, we didn't have those resources there in that city. So things happen, and somehow I took a trip to LA with a friend just to, go visit. It was like a vacation. And I just remember like just going through LA, seeing Capitol Records, seeing like the TV stations and all this. And I'm looking like, yo, like all this stuff is here. And man, I'm a spiritual person, man. I truly believe like spirit spoke to me and just told me like I need to be here. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what got me like, okay, I'm gonna move there. So I before I left St. Louis, I created a buzz and did my thing. But after I created that buzz, I just took that leap of faith. And luckily I had like some friends here that was already here. Tyron Ford was here, you know Tyron, and then XP Music, they was here. So it was just, I ain't gonna say it made it easy, but it made it better, me knowing somebody out here that I could come out here and work with and build with out here.
And I mean, that always gives you at least a foundation, right? A familiarity.
Right. Absolutely.
So, understanding the decision aspect of it and just kind of being, um, just excited about what you saw on that initial visit.
Mhm.
You've been out here how long now? How many years has it been?
12 years.
So 12 years, and we know that nothing happens overnight. People
Right.
always see the end result, and unfortunately, with the rise of social media, a lot of people see the end result and they're instantly trying to get the end result like tomorrow, right?
Right.
Sure, you're a testament to like that. That's not the case. And so with you, can you explain how you have been able to sustain mentally, right? Because it is a mental psychological game. And how do you look at your failures and shortcomings? And also, do you celebrate your small victories that you accomplish as a music artist to this day? Because some people overlook them because they're just looking for the big picture. So
Right.
how does that work with you? Do you celebrate your small victories, whether it's a release or a single or views, likes, and comments? Like, how does that work with you psychologically?
You know what? It's funny you say that because I actually you told me this. I learned it from you, where you was like, man, celebrate your, every, when you do something, even if big or small, that's a success. Like so celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a person that would look at the big picture, the big goal. And if I don't accomplish that big goal, I'll look at it as a failure as I felt. So that's something that you told me that stayed with me and still stay with me to this day. And you know, being in it, doing this game 12 years, I've had every emotion. I even saw Nipsey Hussle say this. I've had every emotion where I get frustrated, ready to quit. You know what I'm saying? There's some tear shit. It's like those failure moments. I took risk. I ran into brick walls. All of that, bro. And the thing that I would say when it comes down to this space, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love what you're doing. If you truly love what you're doing, you'll do it every day. Like you're not gonna stop because it's not just work. It's a part of you. You know what I mean? And also I believe too. Like I said, I'm very spiritual. Um, it's a gift. It's a gift from God. And so I've always wanted to be in a. I've always wanted to be able to use my gift that God has blessed me with to make a living from. No matter if I'm the richest man or as long as I can pay my bills and continue to do what I need to do, that's all I need, bro.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And but that will be one of the things I would say without making it so long because there's a million things I could say. But you just gotta really love what you're doing and have a plan and definitely celebrate if you do something and you accomplish something, like celebrate that. Don't be so hard on yourself because this thing is it's a marathon. I use Nipsey a lot because like he's one of the best to do it, and I've watched him and his blueprint on doing things. So it's like it's a marathon. So you can go fast, but there's some things that come with when you get it fast, it might not be what you want. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to be true and honest with yourself on what it is that you want, and go slow and go with a team. You can go far.
And I think that, overall self development is such a lost art these days. A lot of people don't want to put a lot of intention in self development and just
Mm-hmm.
make that acknowledgement that they can be better,
Yeah,
right? It's okay that
yeah,
you are where you are, but if you continue to do the work every single day, you're going to start seeing those results. And you said
yep,
something that kind of resonated with me when you talked about having a plan and also celebrating the victories. Obviously, that was the question I was asking, but
yeah.
I saw something recently, and you kind of expand upon it. So in regards to where you are now, I saw that something you was doing, and you said that for a certain amount of time. I don't know if that exists now, but you were being celibate. Was that like something you were doing? And like, so give
Yeah,
me the rundown on what prompted that, how that
yeah,
process is or was.
yeah. No, no, I'm still going, bro. I'm still going, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and say the number. Like, uh, in October will be 3 years, bro. 3 years,
Wow.
3 years, bro.
Wow.
And what's funny is I didn't even want to talk about this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm a very spiritual person, man. It's like this, God laid it upon my heart, Spirit laid it on my heart to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so how did this start? This started after it started after the last relationship that I got out of, and I was just out, just kind of, being a man, just doing my thing out here, and having when you have certain success, it's available to you, but for some, I was something just sparked up in my brain, was just like, yo, this can't be it, bro. Like this is not what life's about. So let me just step away for a minute, and then I also heard about semen retention too. that's kind of what
I heard you talk about that. You articulated it pretty well, and it made a lot of sense. So yeah, kind of break that down with me in regards to your journey with that.
Yeah, so you know, it's just I came across I be on YouTube a lot, and so I came across it, semen retention, and I was like, I'm one of those people, man, that if I hear about something and it's intriguing to me, you know, I'll give it a try. So after the last relationship that didn't work out, I was like, man, let me give this semen retention thing a try. Let me go 90 days. Let me just do about 90 days. And brother, I started doing it 90 days and just started realizing that, like, man, I'm more focused, you know, having more energy because with semen retention, you know, every time you ejaculate, that's a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's our life force that we're giving out. You know what I'm saying? If you really break it down, like every time you ejaculate, I saw somebody say that's like 4 generations of of sperm that you just giving out, giving away. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it like that, you like when I thought about it like that, I was like, let me keep all this in, and then you can see the changes. And then also too, the main thing that I started realizing is I started getting close. It brought me closer to God, where it's just like I'm just starting to move in a different way. I grew up in the church, but you know, after you know, so I'm aware of, you know, I know I heard, you know, you read about God and know about him, but going on that same retention journey where it's like you get to know him, you know what I'm saying? Get to know him more, started reading the Bible again, and now that I'm reading things, everything's like making sense. And then I'm starting to see that, you know, it's like it's a lust, man. It's like when you shake that lust off,
And you see
it
about money.
changes you. It changes you, man. It changes the way you think. It changes the way you move. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you come up with a plan and you really focused on that plan, bro, and then you get to the point to where it's like, instead of me putting the energy on, you know, sexual pleasures and all that, I'm putting my energy on manifesting my thoughts, manifesting my dreams, and that's more satisfying than just, you know, having casual sex and dating and all that stuff. So now I'm at this space now where it's just like, yo, man, I have this peace now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I look at the dating world, but it's just I haven't seen anything that's worth me giving up my peace. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Right.
when I find that right woman, when God brings that right woman to me, then okay, yeah, maybe things will change up. But for right now, brother, I feel so good, man. I just want to keep this feeling.
And the reason why I brought that up and I wanted you to share that and I wanted to highlight that is because there is this certain box and there's a certain negative stigma that comes along with being a music artist. Everyone
All
believes
right.
that future or
Yeah.
everyone else who speak about those things. I don't know if they're doing it, but obviously from the music there's a certain stigma in regards to that. And so to better understand you as a person and also your thought process and just happen to be a music artist,
Mhm.
to kind of share their perspective, I think is going to be very insightful for a lot of people that have interest getting into the music industry or even how people view music artists because it is a lot deeper. There
Yeah.
is a lot of self-reflection. There is a lot of spiritual and mental growth that happens on this actual journey. I mean, you look at somebody like myself who started at one place, went to another place, then went to another place in regards to growth
Mhm.
development and just taking those chances and taking those risks. So I personally, from me to you, I applaud you for that because for me, all you just told me right now is that you have a mama mentality. That's all
Yeah.
I just heard is that you have a mama mentality and you're focused. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me. I was kind of joking. I said you're also saving a lot of money, right?
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
you're,
part.
you're also saving a ton of money. So
Mhm.
recently, on your social media, I reposted it. You released a new single.
Yeah.
What was that new single? Who was it produced by? And how is it doing thus far? And what new music are you working on right now?
Yeah, man. So the new single is it ain't my fault.
Okay.
Um, man, like that. The title is self-explanatory, man. It's like, you know, there's some things that happen in this business, you know, or people might view you as a way, think this of you based on your decisions or your opinions of how you view the world. Hey, it's not my fault how you feel about me. You know what I mean? So
or there are just assumptions, right?
Exactly.
Just the assumptions.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. And
Yeah.
producers on that record is J Cam. He's an up and coming producer, man. He's really dope, really talented, and Perps, Perps from 808 Mafia. So man, and I was honored, man, to have a record from Perps, man. I've been knowing him for over 10 years, but this is the first time we actually, like, you know what I'm saying, been working together. So man, it's like I said, man, it's one of those dreams come true. One of those I can scratch off the bucket list, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, and man, it's been a fun record. The record's doing pretty good. It's motion on the record. I'm not gonna cap it like, oh, it's just out of here. But it's one of those things. You know, I'm an independent artist. I put the record out. Record do what it's doing, but it has motion. So slow motion better than no motion to me. So
Absolutely. And it's on all streaming platforms right now.
all the streaming platforms. Yeah,
All streaming. So when I post this, I make sure to put the link to the to wherever you want me to put it at. So send me whatever links you need so we can kind of
appreciate you.
work some more traction on that. And I saw obviously because I reached out to you, I saw the video with the cyber trucks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was just like, man, and I'm glad to see you expand. And I know we've had many conversations about, music, specifically your music as well. And, I've always kind of pushed you. It's like, you just got to do it. And, you can't wait for the finished product. Just go be a work in progress and take people on a journey with you so they can see you as you grow. And a lot of people get afraid of that because they don't want to be vulnerable. Maybe the mix wasn't that great on that song, but it's okay. Look where he is a year ago. Look how awesome that is, right? And
Right.
so you doing what you're doing, I'm starting to see your evolution in that space, which is why I definitely want to have you on the show to kind of not only just highlight you, but also just kind of let people know who you are, let people kind of hear from you personally, your heart, just kind of like just your growth journey as well too. So comically, I have to ask you this. So you do this thing, and indirectly I take it as a challenge, but you do this thing where you go to the beach and you do these pull-ups, right?
Yeah.
Indirectly, you're motivating me, and then I gotta go out and see how many I can do. So
That's why I do it. That's why
what's
I do
what's
it.
what's the most pull-ups you've done thus far, and how did that progress? Like when you first started, because I know it can be hard because you ain't worked those muscles in the beginning, right? So
Right.
where did you start and where are you right now?
So you talking about the muscle ups or the pull ups?
Yeah, the pull-ups, the pull-ups.
Pull up. Okay, so pull ups, man.
Oh, the pull-ups and the muscle-ups. Either or, yeah. The muscle-ups is when you go all the way up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me the muscle-ups first.
All right, so man, so the muscle up, bro. It took me months just to do one. Like just to do one. I get up there and just couldn't get it strangled. And then actually I was with J Cam and he was like, bro, he was like, I saw something where you got to give yourself a little momentum. It's the way
Yep.
you get on there, you gotta give yourself a little
We
momentum.
do it in CrossFit. We do it in CrossFit training. That's why I know about it.
Okay, dope. Yeah, yeah. So I did that. And when I did that, where I kind of like jumped in a way where I had that momentum, I did three. I did three. So, but the most I've done is eight.
Okay, okay. And on the pull-ups, how did that start and where is it at now?
So the pull-ups, I've always been able to like do pull-ups, at least 10, like at least 10 to 12 pull-ups. The most I ever did, I remember I was at the UFC gym and I was working with this trainer, and he was just like, man, just go up there and see how many you could do. And I did like 24. And even he was like, man, you just did 24 of these, bro. I said, all right, you know. So yeah. But then I'm skinny too, so that I guess that makes it a little
Got
easier.
that athletic build, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
yeah,
one of the things that I always try to touch on is, we highlight all the good, nice pleasantries and whatever, but also want to discuss like some real stuff in regards to the experience of developing as an artist and overcoming things as well. Has there been a point or a time when you were on stage and
mhm.
you got your lyrics and
Yes,
and how
yes,
did you react and respond when you did that? Because I got
yes.
a story also.
And so this happened last year because there was a while when I wasn't performing because like I said, I had one of those moments where I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this rap no more. I don't like what's going on. But then I got back to it, man, and just fell in love with it again. you
Yeah.
know. And, so I started back performing, and there's this song I got called "Famous,"
Okay.
and this was at a I can't think of the name of their events when they throw their events, but it'd be a USC when you perform with a band. And man, I got out there in front of all those people, man, and all I could do was the hook. And it just bombed the rest of it. Forgot all them words, man. Dude had to come up to me like, hey, bro, it's all good, man. Grab my mic from it. Bro, I felt so bad, dog. It was horrible, bro. That was a bad feeling. But that stayed with me. And then ever since then, I've been on it since. Like when I get on that stage, I kill the stage when I get up there now. So I guess I needed to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I need to experience that.
Beautiful opportunity though, and a beautiful perspective. So there's two ways to respond to that. One of them is like go feel bad for yourself, or like go hide and never do it again.
Right.
Or another one, just acknowledge that was a moment, right? But then
Yep.
make sure that I'm on top of it. So the next time when I get on there, the next time I get on there, I'm doing my thing and killing it. And that happened to me many years ago when I first moved out to LA. It's probably right in 2006.
Okay.
2007, I was performing in Inglewood, and me, my girlfriend, which is my wife now, me, her, and one of my favorite groups ever, New Edition, Ricky Bell of New Edition, and his wife, Amy, they came
Okay.
to this club to watch us perform because my wife and Amy grew up together, so we always knew each other. So
Yeah.
Ricky Bell is there to see me perform my first performance, you know, we're in the hood, someplace or whatever. They show up, we having a good time. It's my time to perform. So obviously I'm a little nervous. You know, it's a packed house. I forgot the name of the place, but I get up there, the music comes on, and literally I went blank, right? And then not taking accountability, playing victim, right? I was like, is it the DJ fault? The sound system. Somebody did something to the sound system, right? So
Right.
at one point I was like acting like I was rapping, but I wasn't saying no words and acting like it was a microphone.
Oh wow, you quick.
And
You was quick with it.
then I messed up because I hit the mic and you heard her.
So you try to play it off, and God was like, "Nope, you got to take this. You got
Right.
to take this, bro."
So at the end of the day, I told the dude, I said, listen, just stop the music. And I end up doing this freestyle, which kind of won back over the crowd a little bit, but that was
Okay.
kind of, then I stepped off, you know, whatever. So, but what happened was, it was a magical moment because when I stepped off the stage, Ricky Bell was right there waiting for me to talk to me, pulled me to the side, pat me on the back. You know, I was licking my wounds and say, listen, let me tell you something. I've been doing this a very long time. And let me share something with you. He said, they don't know you mess up until you tell them, until you show them that you've messed up, right? So he showed me a mistake in an industry perk right then. And that's the truth. Like no one know that, you know, you may want everybody else to sing it, right?
Right.
You
Right.
want to sing certain sections as they just may be how you perform, but people don't know you mess up until you acknowledge, hey, I messed up, right? So don't bring attention to yourself when you do it. Just keep going and try to find your way throughout the process, right? And so that was something that was super helpful for me on my journey as well too. So that's something for you or any other artists.
Oh man, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm gonna remember that. That's some wisdom right there.
You know, because they don't know, man. So when it comes to this space that we're in now, when it's social media heavy, you see the success of artists like LaRussell, right? And the things that he's doing and the consistency that he's doing things. And now we're starting to see some of the fruits of that labor from what he's doing. We're starting to see him reap some of those rewards. Now, I personally believe that he is creating an ecosystem for himself, and also he has carved out a lane for others that's already been there. It's been there, right? It's about adding that and you know, your genius to it and your work ethic and producing it, right? So I'm looking at you. I see dope testimony, right? So you're wearing your brand, you're doing your music or whatever. And I see most recently of you know, the music video. One of the things that I would add is that is it, or are you looking at artists like Lil Russell and saying that, hey, that's his own lane, that's just good for him? Or are you saying that, hey, I could kind of learn from that and kind of apply that to some of the things I'm doing as well too, to become more visible? Because he's basically with content taking his opportunities.
Right. Right.
That's the way that I view it. He's literally willing and taking his opportunities with content.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in this world, we see people like Gary Vaynerchuk and people like Dan Fleischman and other individuals who talk about the era that we're in now is actually set up for independent artists like you, me, any other one to be extremely successful
Yep.
if we have the work ethic behind it and stop waiting for the plane to be completely built before we start flying. We can fly now. So do you think about or look at those individuals like that for perspective?
Yeah, I do. I do. I check out and see what, what the artists, what the other artists are doing, and see what they have going on. And I kind of, like I take bits and pieces from it because one of the things that yeah, one of the things that I believe that, we all have our own journey. We all gonna have what works for us. But I do take, I look at what's going on and stay tapped in that way for sure. And then I definitely believe I agree with you on the content is one of the new ways for artists to really get their music out. Cause like nowadays, like that music video, I don't want to, give out too much, but I can say with that music video was so easy for us to shoot because it's my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to call a camera crew. We didn't have to do that. My bro just took out his camera,
Yeah.
and just lit it up with his phone, and then we just started recording there. As a matter of fact, that Cybertruck is one of his trucks that he rents on Turo. So you go to SoCal, yeah, and what is it? SoCal. Hold on, I'm gonna plug him right here. See, that's what we do.
Post his interview. I'll post a link on there also.
For sure. So you go to SoCal Car Collective. So if you ever in San Diego, because that's where I shot the video at, was in San Diego, we just jumped in his thing, rented his thing. I got cars up here in LA that I rent out. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that we're doing like now, we just implement it into our lifestyle and then monetizing off the lifestyle. So that's why you're always gonna see me wearing some dope testimony or or wearing anybody's brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna rock your stuff because if I got eyes on me, they're seeing you.
Right, absolutely. And one of the other proponents is the art and the benefit of the collaboration, right? For me, like I told you, I'm interviewing 10 people for the new Majorsode, right? Well, the benefit of it is that it indirectly promotes my brand,
Yep.
podcast, and anything else that I'm doing. Like just like you, I'm wearing Toji right now, which is me and my son's brand. The only superstar is Jesus, right?
Yeah, man, I like that.
And so it's all about collaborations as well. And so with you, do you see yourself and I'm gonna tell you, give you some context. I've limited my collaboration for the lack of not wanting to deal with any distractions or any hiccups or any delays or depending on anyone. So I became very self-sufficient. That way I can produce and get everything out faster.
Yeah,
But at some point in time, like I said, me and you should do something together. And,
sure.
like collaborations should happen. Are you for or against collaborations? And if so, who would be your dream collaboration right now or ideal collaboration of an artist that's on right now?
I'm for collaborations. I can't think of who I would want to.
And it doesn't have to be a rap artist, right? It can be just an artist.
Yeah, yeah, man. I and this where I'm at right now in the space. I'm happy to collaborate with my guys. So it's like if me and you was to collaborate on something, that's doper to me right now than collaborating with, the other artists right now. I mean, of course, I would like to, get some collabs in with like some big name artists, but I'm for what makes sense and what's best, not just doing it for the clicks and views. You know what I'm saying? I like for things to be organic and genuine.
So telling because I believe what you just expressed right now, a lot of people are rewiring themselves because of that, because we're not seeking validation or that actual cosign, right? We want it to come organically. Like the people, for instance, like the guy, I'm using him as an example because I was just watching some of his stuff. LaRussell, these are like artists reaching out to him in his comment sections. Why? Because they see everyone else that's sharing his content and a movement that he's created, and he's also built a community. And so that's been like, and so, but I'm happy to hear you say that. Obviously, when you ask that question to like independent artists, like, man, I want to do this with this person, and
Yeah.
I can easily say that I really don't have that. It, you know, I don't know who that would be. The only person I would say is someone like, and it's crazy though. I would love to do a collaboration with Patti LaBelle, which is the most awkward, craziest thing ever. Even though she was just at the DNC, but it's all good. I still love her.
Yeah, for sure. For
Uh,
sure.
Patti LaBelle is a legend, one of my favorite artists of all time, and I just think it'd be like some weird, crazy, dope vibe if I ever was able to do something
Bro,
with.
it'd be dope, bro. It'd be dope. And then y'all do collab, y'all come out with something, you'll have the major case, the major patty case or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all there's a there's a way to just, you know what I'm saying, make it brand and make it dope, bro. I think that'd be super dope.
So
And
let's
it's that people wouldn't expect, you know what I mean? That's
do
always creates dope.
something genuine and authentic as well too, man. And like I said, once more before we get off, I want to say, give you your flowers, right? I want to say thank you so much for doing this podcast with me.
Man.
Majorsode, it's been a true honor to be able to kind of watch your journey, see you grow, see you evolve as a person, as a father, as
Yeah.
folks, as God fearing as well, and just as a music artist. I think that's it's pretty amazing the things that you're doing. My only suggestion is to just keep doing it, keep building up the momentum,
Sure,
uh,
bro.
stay true to yourself, and just stay being creative and learning these new technologies and stuff. We can't be behind, right? You got to get in tune with the chat GBTs and AIs and how we can be more effectively, more faster, more efficient.
Yeah,
Uh,
bro.
well, thank you for doing this, man. Definitely
Thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
people know where they can find you. If there's any shows coming up, what do you Instagram, Twitter, and of course we'll have that on a link on the YouTube as well.
You can follow me, the real Bob Dope. That's TheReal Bob Dope. And go check out It Ain't My Fault. Got dope testimony. You can also, if you want to pick up some merch, if you like what I'm about, you can go to dopetestimony.com. And got some new music on the way, working on some new things. As far as shows, I'm trying to lock in the show in LA for the month of October. It's gonna be a big show that I'm trying to put together. So trying to lock it in now. Talking to El Perez and what he got going on. So that's trying to work on that, get that together right now. But other than that, man, just working every day, and staying and keeping the motion going. But man, I appreciate you, brother, for having me on here. I watch you, man. Still watch you. You're a great father. I take tips from you on what you're doing. I'm always tapped into what you got going, bro. So I just want to give you your flowers as well and say, man, salute to you for always being innovative, always coming up with something new and continuously building with your family, bro. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate it, man. And we'll definitely do this again and again and again and again because that's what it's all about, man. We can't do it this can't be a one-off.
Yes, sir. Majorvation, baby.
Amen to that, man. Well, thank you guys for watching the Majorvation podcast. This has been another great episode of all things inspirational, aspirational, and motivational with super talented artist, entrepreneur, fashion mogul, Bob Dope. Make sure to go and check him out. Click on the links below and support this man, support his journey, support his vision, and just follow him on his journey. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.